Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the webinar titled What You Always Wanted to Know About Microsoft Azure Certifications. Our speaker today is Sandra Marine. Sandra is the go-to market lead for Azure training and certification at Microsoft Worldwide Learning, driving best-in-class technical readiness and certification to support individuals and companies using Microsoft Azure. Lots to cover in today's webinar. Before we get started, I want to let you know about the webinar functionalities. So during the webinar, everyone's phones will be muted. So if you have any questions, please enter them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Enter these questions whenever they come up. We'll try to get to them during the presentation. We're also going to have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the lecture. If you enjoy the presentation today and you're interested in learning more about training anywhere with our interactive virtual platform called IMVP, please visit our website. Today's webinar is being recorded and we'll send a copy to everyone who registered by the end of the week. I'm also going to share 2 promos at the end of the webinar, so stick around to learn more. All right, let's get started. Sandra, you can take it away.
Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today to learn about Azure certifications and the resources available to you to embrace the training and certification journey. I hope you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy. My name is Sandra Marine, and I am the Azure Training and Certification Marketing Lead at Microsoft Learning organization. I want to thank our Microsoft Learning partners, Tech Data and Exit Certified, for inviting me to share this hour so with you all. We have 3 goals today. We want to understand how building the right skills on Azure can help you to embrace digital transformation. We want to understand the Microsoft Learning offering and get to know Azure certifications as part of it. And we want to identify the right certifications based on your current or future roles. And we want to share the breadth of resources available to help you personally or your teams to prepare for certification. To set context, I want to start with cloud and the importance of it. Our role as Microsoft is to empower every individual and every organization on the planet to achieve more. In the next revolution, growth is being driven by technology. Our integrated cloud approach creates an unmatched platform for digital transformation. And our focus is on addressing real-world needs of customers with Office 365, Dynamics 365, and Azure integrating seamlessly to unlock business value for every organization, from large enterprises to family-run businesses. The backbone and foundation of this 3 cloud approach is Azure. Now, digital transformation is never a one-size-fits-all. But if you think of it as a journey with incremental steps towards a long-term goal, then it becomes a much less intimidating proposition. There are many examples of digital transformation among our Azure customers. Large retail companies empower their employees and their meetings and meeting their customer needs. A small restaurant or family-run business building custom machine learning models to better serve its customers, or manufacturing companies training frontline workers and empowering them with cutting-edge technology like HoloLens. Organizations who have embraced digital transformation see multiple benefits: more agile, product to market faster, increase efficiencies, reduce cost. So when you think, why Azure? It's because we can enable anyone of all backgrounds and any company to do more and to achieve more, and ultimately invent with purpose. And that is the statement around how we feel about Azure. We want to invent with purpose what we deliver to you, but also enable you to invent with purpose. And we do that in some key ways. We talk about these ways as our promises to you and what Azure will always deliver and why we will support you. First, we're going to make sure that we have technology that is meeting your needs today, but also your needs tomorrow. The cloud is moving fast. Every week we have new technology coming out. So it's about meeting new capabilities now, but also investing on those in the horizon, from AI to IoT to quantum computing. From a developer perspective, it's about being able to build on your own terms with the frameworks, the tools, the operating system that you want to ensure that you have the freedom and flexibility to work successfully and to deploy your application with quality and confidence every time. Technology is sitting in the public cloud, in the data center, on edge devices. All of them running on a holistic way and seamlessly. And this seamless environment is essential. Otherwise, running this infrastructure in another way that is not integrated is going to be expensive, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be insecure. And then last, of course, trust. Nothing is more important than trust, particularly when we talk about cloud. And trust is about security and compliance. So these are the promises you have as far as what Azure can offer to you. Now, if you haven't seen Azure in a while, you might be surprised to realize what we have these days. This is a high-level map of the class of services that we offer. We have over 200 services and products in Azure. You will notice we have extended to the edge the ability to run application code in the cloud, but also in a consistent way in the edge, whether it is Azure Stack or Azure Sphere, or all the way to HoloLens and our mixed reality capabilities. These are powerful edge devices that work in connection with the cloud. You also see that we have tools, dev tools, DevOps, and we have great innovation to the core infrastructure and PaaS services that we offer. Overall, this gives you the scope of what Azure as a platform, as a service, and as a service can offer you. So how do you go about adopting cloud and using all these over 200 products and services that I was mentioning? How do you get ready for it? Satya Nadella, our CEO, he talks about this as something called tech intensity. And this is the idea that the more the technology is adopted and enhanced by actual technical capability, the more things build upon themselves. Today, every company is a digital company, and every organization will need tech intensity to compete and grow. It is a simple formula, but it's critical when we think about what we hope to achieve. First, every organization will need to be faster adopter of digital technology. Second, every organization will need to build their own proprietary digital capabilities. And third, trust. Both trust in the technology and trust that organizations have a partner whose business model is aligned to their success. As digital transformation efforts are underway, organizations are finding that they need an enhanced set of skills and knowledge to thrive as digital companies. A world that is cloud-based and continuously connected demands that you focus on growing your skills and capabilities. Whether you are a professional or an IT department, you are becoming more and more agent of change in this world. In today's economy, we have jobs that didn't even exist 3 years ago. And the skills required to do these jobs are continuously evolving. The average lifetime of a skill in today's jobs is less than 5 years. That means you need constantly renew these skills. If you have a team or yourself have the latest skills and capabilities, you can be more innovative. And then you gain competitive advantage, whether speed to market or new features or whatever you can imagine. Skills build confidence, and confidence drives productivity, innovation, and growth. You cannot meet today's demand if you don't have the right talent. Azure certifications are designed to validate technical knowledge, and the ability in current and future job roles. These certifications are designed to help you have the right talent. Our Azure certifications allow to validate that IT professionals, developers, and data and AI professionals have the skills necessary to cover all the aspects of your digital transformation, from managing on-premises, hybrid, or cloud infrastructure to innovating with the best-in-class applications, and to supporting that infrastructure and those applications with data and analytics, all with the proper security considerations. This is the full view of the Azure certification portfolio. And you can see that we have a variety of certifications across fundamentals, role-based certification, specialties. And we are also covering different solution areas across applications, infrastructure, and data and AI. I will double click in a moment about this portfolio to help you understand and to help you decide the right certifications for you or for your team. But before going in that detail, I want to explain a little bit how we approach skilling at Microsoft. Our learning offering has your digital transformation goals in mind. We aim to help you build the right team that you need to thrive in this digital world. The first step is to understand the roles that you need for digital transformation or that our company needs for digital transformation. And we are very detailed in understanding their roles needed, but also what each one of those roles need to know, what skills they must have. To do this, we perform job task analysis. This is a very extensive process that we do using our knowledge and our technology expertise, but we also listen to what the market is asking for and needing, and we seek for advice from analysts and industry experts. We align this role definition to meet industry and market needs with the skills and capabilities needed for the real jobs in the world. This effort, this job task analysis, this role definition sets the blueprint for all the learning content that we create and pull through in a variety of formats, resulting in a simplified and aligned learning experience. Microsoft offers a comprehensive collection of training options to empower technical professionals to learn in multiple ways, the one that fits you best. And our learning experiences help you to prepare for the job and to prepare for certifications. We support the complete learning journey, and all these experiences can be combined for optimal results. So you have digital skilling to build practical job skills in a free and self-paced online experience. We have also training events that combine traditional presentation-based conferences with demonstrations, workshops, hands-on labs, hackathons. We have multiple events around the world, training events. We also have in-depth classroom training. This is Microsoft official curriculum delivered by Microsoft Learning Partners and taught by Microsoft certified trainers. All these learning options are the foundation to skills validation and recognition through Microsoft certifications. I want to share a couple of thoughts about Microsoft certifications. Our certifications focus on assessing not only what you know, but how you apply what you know to solve real business challenges. We have redesigned testing in order to evaluate the, sorry, my slide is acting up. We have redesigned testing in order to evaluate the ability to solve problems, integrating information from multiple sources, implementing solutions with business goals in mind. Mapping, we have performance-based testing, mapping to what people do every day and demonstrating how people use technology. Now, we have 3 types of certifications, each one to validate different aspects of how you use technology to solve business problems. This is to keep you awake so you don't fall asleep while I'm explaining the certifications. So what are these 3 types of certifications? We have fundamental certifications. These certifications are to validate foundational understanding of Microsoft technologies. You can think of them as a springboard into deeper role-based certifications. No experience is required for fundamentals certifications, and you can use them to prepare for the next ones, but they are not a pre-requirement. We also have role-based certifications. And these role-based certifications have a focus on solutions, not on products. The goal for the role-based certifications is to validate the technical skills required to perform industry jobs on Microsoft platform or with Microsoft technologies. And finally, we have specialty certifications. These specialty certifications validate deep technical skills and the ability to manage industry solutions, including third-party solutions on or with Microsoft technologies or platforms. Now we finally get to the next slide. So let's go back to this one just so you remember this view, because this will help us to go on the specific explanation about the certifications. So remember this and how each one of these areas maps to different technical audiences. As I said before, some of the Azure certifications are a good fit for IT pros or developers or data and AI professionals, but often some of the certifications can be a good fit for more than one audience or profession. So let's go in detail on this. These are the certifications that we recommend to validate skills IT pros need to build, deploy, and manage on-premises, hybrid, or cloud infrastructure solutions. Azure Administrator Associate is the certification we recommend for cloud administrators. This certification and the related training are about the skills to implement, monitor, and manage Azure solutions, including all the aspects around compute, storage, network security. So this is one of the foundational certifications for us. If you are in the team administrating or managing Azure, this is a certification you should consider. Now, all Azure certifications, every one of them includes a security component. Security is pervasive to us, but Azure Security Engineer Associate is a deep dive role and a deep dive certification about security controls and threat protection. All about identity, access, security across data, applications, infrastructure. Everything about securing hybrid and cloud networks, end-to-end infrastructure. This certification is a nice complement to Azure administrators. So some people specialize in security, some people have two hats. So you should consider these two certifications as foundational personally and your IT team. Now I want to introduce our first specialty certification in Azure. It is Azure for SAP Workloads specialty. This certification is designed for SAP architects with extensive experience building, deploying, migrating, and operating SAP solutions on Azure. This certification won't validate that you are an SAP expert. This certification will validate that you can deploy, implement SAP workloads on Azure. A critical step in IT is securing continuous integration and continuous delivery. An Azure DevOps Engineer Expert is the role-based certification to address this capability. This certification is expert level. This is the highest level that we have in certifications. And this Azure DevOps Engineer is the only certification in our portfolio that has a strong requirement. To earn the Azure DevOps Engineer certification, you first must earn either Azure Administrator or Azure Developer. So you can see this is one of those certifications that fits nice in the IT pros and in the developer world. Azure Solutions Architect is our second certification in the expert level. As an Azure Solution Architect, you validate that you have the skills to design and implement end-to-end solutions on Azure, considering all aspects across infrastructure, applications, and data. This is the most comprehensive certification and is suitable for IT pros, for developers, and for data professionals. So these are the recommended certifications for IT pros, and you see some administrator security SAP that are very focused on the IT pro on the IT professional, infrastructure professional, and we start seeing DevOps and solution architect as certifications that expand to other roles and audiences. Now let's see what we have for developers. These are the certifications that we recommend to validate the skills required to innovate with best-in-class applications. The first certification is the obvious one for developers, Azure Developer Associate. This certification is about validating the skills necessary to build, maintain, optimize Azure apps using first-party or third-party services. Another certification for developers is Azure IoT Developer Specialty. This certification is for developers who have a strong focus on developing, creating IoT solutions. And this certification validates the skills to implement, to implement, manage, optimize, and operate the whole IoT solution, including the devices. This certification also validates the processing and management of the data generated by those devices. So it's an IoT solution all the way end to end from the device to the data. Azure AI Engineer Associate is a certification that lives at the intersection of the data and AI world and the developer and the apps world. So this certification is suitable for developers and for data and AI professionals. The Azure AI Engineer certification validates the skills needed to embed in artificial intelligence capabilities into applications. So we are talking here about cognitive services, natural language processing, conversational AI, speech recognition, vision, text, all those cool things that we have in artificial intelligence. And we already talked about the Azure DevOps Engineer and the Azure Solutions Architect certifications. And I just want to reinforce here to remind you that these two certifications are also good for developers. So this could be a good growing path for developers after getting your developer or your IoT developer or your AI engineer certification. Now let's take a look at certifications for data and AI professionals. These that you can see here are the certifications we recommend to validate the skills required to support apps and infrastructure with great data analytics. Azure Data Engineer Associate is the certification that validates the skills required to implement, design and implement end-to-end data solutions using the full stack of Azure Data Services. This includes relational, structured, non-structured data storage, data processing, and more, everything related to a data solution in the cloud. Next, Azure Database Administrator Associate and Data Analyst Associate. You may have heard of these certifications. We actually are releasing these certifications to market tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'll show you some resources in a moment because we are launching these certifications tomorrow, Thursday, April the 9th. The Azure Database Administrator Associate is the certification to validate the skills required to plan, implement, design, optimize, and operate hybrid and cloud data platform solutions using SQL Server and Azure Data Services. So this is the true DBA certification, all the way from on-premises to the cloud. Data Analyst Associate is about data analytics and visualization. It's how you harness the power of data and how you tell stories with data, how you do analytics and how you show those analyses. So this certification validates the skills required to prepare, model, visualize, and analyze data using Power BI. Azure Data Scientist Associate is another of our artificial intelligence certifications. This certification validates the skills necessary to create and use machine learning models on Azure or using Azure. This certification does not prove that you are a data scientist. This certification proves that you can apply data science on Azure. We already talked about Azure AI Engineer Associate and how this certification fits really nice for data and AI professionals as well as for developers. Same for Azure Solutions Architect Expert that is suitable across all the technical professions, all the technical professionals that are working on Azure. Now, you must be thinking, what about Azure Fundamentals? Did I forget about Azure Fundamentals? As I mentioned before, our fundamentals certifications validate foundational understanding of Microsoft technologies. So if you are just starting on Azure, or even if you are just starting with cloud, we recommend you consider the Azure Fundamentals training and certification to validate your foundational level knowledge of cloud services and how those services are provided with Azure. You can use Azure Fundamentals as one step to prepare for all the other role-based certification. But Azure Fundamental is not a prerequisite for any other certification. This is, as I mentioned, this is intended for people that are either new to Azure or new to cloud. There is another fundamentals certification that, even though it's not part of the Azure portfolio, we like to recommend for our Azure audiences because it's a good knowledge foundation for some Azure roles. I'm talking about Power Platform Fundamentals. Power Platform Fundamentals is part of our business applications certification portfolio. But this certification and the training associated is a good foundation for data analysts and even for developers. Power Platform Fundamentals validates understanding of core capabilities of the Power Platform, and this includes Power Apps and Power BI. So if you are new to this Power Platform and you want to get the breadth of what it is and how you can use it and leverage, we strongly recommend this. And as I said, it's a good foundation for data analysts and for developers. Let me show you again the full portfolio to summarize on the certifications available. And let me share a little bit some thoughts on what's our commitment to keep these certifications up to date. We are committed to reviewing our certifications periodically to ensure that they remain relevant, that they are technically accurate, and that they are assessing the right skills for the roles our customers and partners need for their digital transformation. We have periodic reviews to ensure that we are assessing not only the right skills for each one of the roles, but also that we are assessing the skills that only that role needs. This allows us to have a coherent portfolio, avoiding duplication. We want to emphasize on what is really important to each of the roles. So if one skill might be good fit for Azure Administrator, but Azure Security, in these reviews, we make sure to decide really which one of those roles is the one that needs that particular skill. Our portfolio maintenance might include adding new certifications as we see new job roles emerging in the market and in the industry. Our periodic review also allows us to update our current certifications. Sometimes the skills are not needed anymore, so we remove those skills. Sometimes we need new skills added to current certification. Sometimes we release new services and products that require new skills in the different roles. So we do this maintenance periodically. And sometimes our reviews show that some roles are not necessary anymore. They are not jobs relevant to the industry or to the market. So very often, sometimes, not very often, but sometimes, we even remove certifications that are no longer needed. Now let me move on to talk about resources available to support your training and certification journey. There are plenty of resources. First, I want to talk about official curriculum. For every one of the certifications I show you before, you will always find Microsoft official courses. Those Microsoft official courses are developed by Microsoft, and they are delivered by learning partners, and they are taught by Microsoft certified trainers. These official courses are designed and created from the same blueprint we use to create the exams. So you know you have the certainty that these official courses will help you in your preparation. Additionally, every certification has available free online training in Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn provides an interactive way of training, of learning, by combining step-by-step short tutorials with browser-based interactive coding and scripting environments. And for training on Azure inside Microsoft Learn, there are labs, and you don't need an Azure subscription to do these labs. It's a free sandbox area that is included as part of the platform. So you have a good resource to start your training and to do hands-on. And we have additional resources that will help you to develop skills or to prepare for Microsoft certifications. We have Azure on Pluralsight. This is a partnership we have with Pluralsight, and through this partnership, they offer free online content to help you prepare for Azure role-based certifications. At the moment, only Azure is included in this free offer with Pluralsight. Another resource to help learners prepare for certification is the Microsoft Certified Official Practice Test. These are rehearsal tests, and these are offered by our partner MeasureUp. These three additional resources are not specifically to help you prepare for certification, but it will help you to skill up on Azure. On one side, we have Microsoft Docs. The Microsoft Docs is a platform that provides in-depth guidance and product documentation. Microsoft Hands-on Labs is a platform that provides step-by-step instructions in a live Azure environment. An Azure Architecture Center provides end-to-end reference architecture and patterns for technical scenarios. So these three resources are not specific for certification, but they will help you to skill up in Azure. The last resources I want to mention are to stay connected and up to date on what is new and what's going on in the training and certification world. We have our Twitter account, Microsoft Learn. We have our Microsoft Learning blog. And there's a cool resource that you can take a look, our certifications poster that you can download, and you can actually see the full portfolio of the Microsoft certifications, not only Azure, and you can access from the poster all the different links for the exams and certifications. So it's a very cool asset. There's one final thought I want to share about preparing for Microsoft certifications. If you remember, at some point I said that our certifications focus on assessing how you apply technology when you are solving real business challenges. And this is a key phrase, because that means that taking the training is not enough to pass the exam. you need experience in the role, and you need experience with the platform. So if you are getting ready for the certification, be sure that you actually use the platform, that you perform the tasks associated with the role. Because if you only focus on do the training, most likely you won't pass the exams. So all these resources that I'm showing you here are good to reinforce your knowledge or to take you from zero to something, but you will always need the experience on the job and with the platform. And I have left for the end the most valuable resource that we have available to help you in your skilling process. And this is our Microsoft Learning Partners. They offer a breadth of training solutions to suit your learning needs. If you want combined online, classroom, self-paced, hands-on labs, our learning partners have a great offering that they can customize for you to follow your needs and to help you acquire those skills that you need. And one good thing, Microsoft Learning Partners work only with Microsoft certified trainers, so that will assure you that the right people is helping you with your learning process. And also, if depending on the country you are, your local learning partner has local market relevance, local expertise, and local language. So this is very important depending on where you are at this point. Tech Data and Exit Certified are the Microsoft Learning Partners hosting this webinar today. And with them, you have access to a dedicated cloud team that can help you determine your current skill level, and based on that, to plan your learning plan, to your learning journey. They can help you create a customized learning plan. They can deliver multiple kind of training to support your needs. They have public classes, private classes, they have virtual training from your home, from your office, and they have in-person training across multiple training centers in North America. And they are an award-winning company with a vast experience. They've been delivering IT training since 2001, and they have delivered more than 9,500 courses. They have more than 30,000 virtual students. So if you are in North America, they Tech Data and Exit Certified are learning partners for you to consider. And even if you are outside of North America with their online capability, their online training capability, you can also consider them as your partner in this skilling journey. Some final thoughts. The first thing to account for is that every company and every person has a unique journey. Your digital transformation journey will define your own learning journey. Depending on your business goals, you will identify different skilling needs. Some members of your team might need foundational understanding of the technology. You may have specific roles in your team that need specific technical skills to be successful in their jobs. Or you are starting a new project that will require combining multiple technologies to deliver the best solution. Those are additional skills that you need to think of. Once you have identified your learning goals or your skilling needs based on your business goals, then you can create a learning plan that works for you. And you can combine all these learning experiences through digital skilling, events, in-person classroom training to define what is your best experience. And your team can pursue certification to prove knowledge and expertise. So this is all about you. What do you need? Where you are? Where do you want to go? And you can use all these resources and combine them accordingly to go on your own journey. Technical skilling is important for your digital transformation, and Microsoft and our learning partners, we are committed to help you develop the technical capabilities that you need to support your business goals. Thank you very much for your attention. It has been a pleasure to share this time with you. And now we are open for questions, Michelle.
Sure, yeah. Thank you, Sandra, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I want to point out the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead and enter any questions there. I also want to make a quick comment about the slide resolution. I do apologize that some of the slides were a little bit blurry. We're going to send everyone a clear copy of those slides, so you will be able to reference those slides. We'll send you a clear copy. While we wait for some questions to come in, I have a question for you, Sandra. Is the Azure Fundamentals a prerequisite for the other Azure certifications?
No, not really. I mentioned this. Azure Fundamentals is foundational understanding. So it's more intended for people who are new to Azure or new to cloud. Some of the certifications are very specialized, like a solutions architect or a DevOps engineer. I wouldn't even tell people that are pursuing those associate or expert level certifications to go for Azure Fundamentals, because it's going to be too basic for them. But if you are just starting your journey to the cloud, if you just want to understand what is cloud, what services are available, and how Azure fulfill those cloud needs, then fundamentals is your role. It's not a prerequisite, but it's a good, we always recommend Azure fundamentals as a, just know your basics, do the checklist. You might learn some interesting things if you go through the training, not necessarily the certification. So it's totally up to you, but it's recommended for new people, new to the cloud people.
That makes sense. Is there an expiry date for the certifications, and how often should someone update them?
Yeah, our exams have the expiration policy is that every exam expires 2 years after you pass the exam. So therefore the certification. So that is your renewal date every 2 years. Once your certification expires, you still will have your certification in your transcript. So once you earn a certification, you will always have that certification. But in your transcript, it will show what version of the exam you took. So it's totally up to you to decide if you want to renew. We suggest to renew the certifications when they expire, because as I mentioned, cloud is changing so fast. Technology is changing on a weekly basis, that if you learn and proved some skills 2 years ago, the technology 2 years later is gonna be totally different. So we recommend that you check on the different versions of the exams in order to make the decision if you want to renew your certification. But you have 2 years once, that's the official expiration policy. Michelle?
Sorry about that. What is the estimated cost for each Azure certification?
So the cost for the exams vary by country, and the cost for the certification will depend on how many exams. Most of the certifications, in the ones that I showed you before, have only one exam. Azure Data Engineer and Azure Solutions Architect, each one of them has 2 exams. So I can tell you the average cost in the US, but this cost is different by country. So The most expensive exam in the US is about 165 US dollars. So depending on the country, that price can vary. Um, and so because most of the certifications have only one exam, so that would be the cost of the to earn the full certification. But there are some opportunities that you have to get different prices. For example, when we release a beta exam, we always have an offer. The beta exam will go for a limited amount of people and a limited time frame. The beta exams go with 80% discount. Every time we release a new beta exam, we have that offer. So stay tuned tomorrow because we're gonna release Azure Database Administrator and Data Analyst, and those beta exams will come with 80% discount. So these kind of things we do very often. So yeah, but the average price or the price in the US is $165. This price is different by country. And ultimately, the certification will cost how many exams you need to take to earn it.
80% off of an exam using the beta opportunity is huge. I think that's a really great tip.
Yeah, but you need to be sure that it's a time limited offer and an amount of people. Usually is for the first 300 people who register to take the exam in a specific time frame. So it's a nice contest, and to be honest, the Azure beta exams sell out within 2 hours. So tomorrow, stay tuned around 9 a.m. Pacific time in the US, because that's when we are releasing the database administrator and data analyst. So if you want to get the 80% discount, you need to check our blog tomorrow around 9 a.m. Pacific
Sure.
time.
Good tip for everyone here. Well, future DBA certifications include on-premise SQL skills or just Azure SQL skills?
That is the one we are launching tomorrow. The Azure Database Administrator is inclusive of SQL Server, on-prem and on Azure, and Azure Data Services. So that is your DBA certification. That is the one you need to look for tomorrow.
Are there any free certification test example questions, or do you have to pay for everything?
We don't have as a Microsoft a product of directly a Microsoft product with free testing questions. Our partner MeasureUp creates our practice test exams, and they have a cost. Very often we have promotions and offers to have discounted practice tests or to have bundle practice tests and certification vouchers. But official Microsoft content or content from our official partners, I'm not aware of free samples.
Will Windows Server 2019 and Exchange Server 2019 be available later?
At the moment, we don't have plans to have a specific certification for Windows Server. And the reason is, and I think I mentioned this at some point, is that we are moving from product-based certification to role-based certification. And role-based certification is basically the skills that you need to perform a job. And those skills can include multiple products. So what is happening is that we are including those products or the skills you need to incorporate those products into an end-to-end solution as part of the roles that we have. So what we can expect is that Windows Server skills requires to manage Windows Server on-prem, on hybrid, or on cloud solutions those skills will be incorporated in some of the roles that we have available, or we may have additional roles that include those skills. So there won't be a Windows Server or an Exchange Server certification, because those would be product-based certifications, but most likely you will find that the skills required to incorporate those products into solutions, those skills will be part of other role base. So for example, uh, I'm making up this, but eventually, for example, we will have a hybrid cloud administrator, or Azure administrator will incorporate those skills to use Windows Server, for example. That's our philosophy and our rationale when we think about certifications. So as we evaluate and review, if you remember, I was talking about reviewing our certifications, those are the things we think about. Do we need to bring other products as part of what a role needs to use?
All right. One of our attendees wants to endorse the Microsoft Docs. They said that they have quite a few Microsoft certifications in the last few years, and they've all been obtained by studying those Microsoft Docs. So it's a very cool tool, and everyone should check those out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We have the content that we have in, and as I say, the best way to prepare for the certification is actually a combination of all these. With the learning partner, you get in-depth personal interactive training, and you get an expert, which is the Microsoft certified trainer, giving you best practices and real life experience. So that's one thing you get with the learning partner. With the content in Microsoft Learn, you see step-by-step micro-learning and scenarios. With Docs, you get in-depth product documentation. So it's a really great resource to go deep on topics that you really don't know or you want to understand better. I did use Docs when I was preparing for my Azure Fundamental certification. There were some concepts that I just didn't know. I used to be a developer, so a lot of concepts in infrastructure are kind of fuzzy for me. So I went to specific articles in Docs to get a skill and up to date on those. On those. So yes, Docs is a great resource. Thank you for that.
So what happens if you're certified on, for example, AZ 103, and then a new certification appears shortly after that, so the AZ 104? Would someone need to get certified under that new version?
No, well, no. If you got your certification, your Azure Administrator with AC 103, you are officially a Microsoft Certified Azure Administrator Associate. And your certification will expire 2 years from the moment you pass your AC 103 exam. Now, when we release AC 103, AC 104, which we actually released last week in beta version, if you already have your AC 103, you're checked. If you want to upgrade your skills to the new version, you can take the exam, the AC 104. And once you pass the AC 104, your 2 years count start from that moment. So it's just a matter of your own priorities. If you want to upgrade to the current technology and to the current version, go ahead for the AZ 104. But if you want to wait until your expiration time comes, you are totally able to do that. You don't have to go for that one. But even if you don't go for the certification, we strongly recommend that you go and check on the training associated to AC 104, because you will see the differences, and you actually can just do the training to make sure that your skills are up to date. And it's totally optional if you want to do the certification as well.
Great. So with these courses and other learning platforms, are they included in an Azure subscription for the hands-on experience? So outside of someone's personal subscription?
not sure I understand the question, but let me try to answer. So all these resources that I showed you, except for the Microsoft official curriculum, are free. Microsoft Learn is free. Azure on Pluralsight is free. Docs is free. Microsoft Hands-on Labs is free. Azure Architecture Center is free. So even if you don't have an Azure subscription, you have that. The Microsoft official curriculum is not free. Like, you cannot access the Microsoft official curriculum directly. You work with a learning partner to get the training delivered by them, and they use the Microsoft official curriculum. So it's our learning partners business to bring that additional experience and expertise to deliver this training to you. So it's not something that you can download or acquire directly. You need to work with a learning partner, but every other resource that I show you is totally free. So you have access to it right now.
So one of our attendees heard that MCSE certification path is going to expire. Will Azure certification keep their current MCSE updated?
So yeah, we announced a couple of weeks ago, can't remember when, I think it was by beginning of February, we announced that our MCSE, MCSD, MCSA certifications will retire. Originally, the retirement time was June 30th this year, 2020, but given the COVID-19 situation, we have extended the retirement to January 31st, 2021. So if you were in the process of achieving or earning your MCSE, MCSD, MCSA certification, you still have time to do it. You have all the way through January next year, 2021, to do those exams. And at that moment, we won't keep those exams in market. And the reason is because we are moving from product-based certifications, which those exams are, and those certifications are product-based, to role-based certifications. So hopefully this longer transition time will give you plenty of time to finish your journey if you already are in the middle of it, and to start considering and exploring the new role-based and specialty certifications. But those will be retired in January next year, yeah.
This is a two-part question here. So if someone is already experienced with Google Cloud and they want to become an Azure security specialist, is the AZ-104 the first exam they should take?
Just because the question says security specialist, I probably would check the security engineer certification instead of Azure administrator. But that being said, if you go to the web page for every exam and for every certification, you will see a section that talks about a skills measure, and you can download the skills outline document. That document shows you the extent of the skills that are measured in the test. That, in practical terms, is the topics that you might be asked or tested for. And that will give you a good guidance of the topics you need to have skills and you need to learn or study for. So this is a great way to compare what you already know if you're coming from Google Cloud or from AWS, and compare the kind of knowledge that you need for our Azure certifications. So you can take a look at this skills outline document, and that will give you a better reference point to figure out which one is the certification right for you if you're coming from different clouds, and what are the skills that you need to acquire.
Does the Azure Administration certification include Intune, or is there another certification for Intune?
No, Intune, I'm not expert, but I think Intune is include. So we have a portfolio of certifications for what we call the modern workplace solution area, and that modern workplace solution area is across Microsoft 365, Office 365, and Intune is a product in that solution area. So most likely, and again, I'm not expert, but you can take a look in the poster that I recommended in the resources section. You can see all the certifications in the modern workplace solution area, and you can check each one to figure out where Intune is included. I don't have the answer, but you can find the information right there.
Will the on-demand courses still retire in June, or has that been postponed as well?
Mm, I'm not sure I understand the questions. On-demand courses from Microsoft, we don't offer on-demand courses. So I'm not sure I understand the question.
We'll get back to Kelly on that question then. Are all the exams in English?
No, we have all the Azure exams are localized in 4 major languages. So they are all in English, and all the exams and the content is localized in Japanese, Chinese, and I think Korean. So those are the languages that we have available for Azure exams. All the content in Microsoft Learn is actually localized in 17 languages. So you can have localized content to study and to prepare, but the actual exam, we have a limited set of languages available.
Can you take all Azure exams by doing a self-study without attending training centers?
You could if you have the experience. If you are just relying on doing the training, self-training or even in-person training, but you don't have experience in the job and you don't have experience in the platform, it won't be enough. If you have experience in the platform and you have experience in the role, the training is just basically to help you address topics that you might not be totally strong on. So it could work, but just the training is not enough. You need experience.
So just going back to the on-demand courses, it was specifically the MOC on-demand courses, the 90-day subscriptions.
I need to come back, Michelle, if you can take the information of the person asking, because I'm not quite sure I have the right answer. I think we retire our on-demand courses, but given all the extensions we did for because of COVID-19, I don't know what is the current status. So I need to go back with you on that one.
Sure.
Yeah, if you can take the information of the person, I'll share the answer through you.
Definitely. Someone's asking if they can take the exams online.
Yes, they can. We have the possibility, you have the possibility to take the exams in a testing center in person or with online proctoring. So when you are scheduling your exam, you are offered the option to schedule an online proctor session. Just be aware that given the COVID-19 situation, the demand for online proctoring or for online testing is increasing exponentially. So you might find some delays scheduling your exam, but yes, it's totally possible.
And those online would be taken from home with a online
Yes,
proctor.
yes. So the online process is very thorough and very secure. So there are requirements in your environment, your setup. You need a camera on your computer. The online proctor is online checking on you all the time. And there are requirements in hardware and connection and the setup of the room where you are. All that information is available online, and Michelle, remind me, I'll send you the link where people can see that information. um, so there are requirements, but yes, you can do it from your home or from your office or from any place.
Great. And the last question here, the other one, since we are a little bit over, I think we can reach out to those people and respond to them directly. But the last question in the Q&A is, what is the equivalent role-based certification number for Windows Server 2016 MCSE certification?
Yeah, so this is one of the certifications that we are retiring, that we will be retiring. So at the moment, we recommend to explore the journey of Azure Administrator. And as I mentioned before, when somebody was asking about the Windows Server certification, is like eventually Windows Server, we are working already on that, will be incorporated in specific roles. So for now, explore the Azure Administrator one. And as we incorporate and as we create new roles, we will let you know. It's similar to what we did with Azure Database Administrator. We didn't have a direct path from people pursuing MCSA SQL Server, and now we have Azure Database Administrator that is inclusive of SQL Server. So similar journey we will have for Windows Server, but at the moment you should explore Azure Administrator.
Great. So there are just a few other questions in the chat window, but because we are going a little bit over time, I'm going to reach out to Sandra and we can get those responses out to those people directly. Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. I want to talk about those promo codes quickly because I did speak about them at the beginning. You can save yourself 20% on select training from now until April 17th by using the promo code SPRING20. I'm going to post that in the chat window for everyone. We also have a refer a friend promo where after you attend a course, refer a friend or a colleague, get yourself up to $100 Amazon gift card, and your referred friend will save 15% on their training as well. I'm going to post this in the chat for everyone now. All right, all of those links are out now. Thank you again so much. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Thank you.